Democrats make a big show of being about constitutional norms and protecting minorities, but not when it comes to raw, naked power grabs. Now, the founding fathers built the Electoral College to protect the minority. That's what James Madison said. It was to stop mob rule against the smaller states. That ethos underpins all civil liberties. But now the backlash growing against Senator Elizabeth Warren. Desperate for power, she is now calling to change the Constitution to get rid of the Electoral College.
My view is that every vote matters. And the way we can make that happen is that we can have national voting, and that means get rid of the Electoral College and every vote.
Joining me now is Independent Women's Forum senior policy analyst Patrice Lee Onwuka. Patrice, they're so desperate they want to change the Constitution to bully their way back into power?
It's absolutely desperate, Liz. It's a shameless ploy to appeal to the left and to appeal to East Coast elites. But you know what? All states matter. I think the framers of our Constitution recognize that, our president should be elected not just by population, but also by states. And recognizing the important role of federalism, there needs to be that balance, that check and balance on the tyranny of the mob, as well as the individual state power, so that, the big states don't run roughshod over smaller states.
You see how in the Democrats' own nominating primaries, they don't do just popular votes in California or New York. I mean, the question has been the Democrats have no policies, but instead they want to rig the system, Patrice.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think they've recognized, they've seen that winning the popular vote is not enough, and so why not change the system? But, for those who have said that, we're moving away from or we're trying to undermine, our institutions, this is an exact example of an institution that needs to be protected. Okay. So why are they doing that?
Even fellow Democrats, including a former campaign manager of President Barack Obama, is saying that, Elizabeth Warren is pandering. This move would need 3/4 of the states to ratify. We have a dozen states saying, let's go to a popular vote, but they would vote themselves out of the system. No candidate would ever campaign in the smaller states. That's what the Democrats are now saying and criticizing Elizabeth Warren. Watch.
This is a pander, because that's not going to happen. There is not going to be a 2/3 vote in both chambers, not going to be 38 states ratifying this. There's not going to be small states essentially consenting to their own disenfranchisement.
Elizabeth Warren wouldn't be in Jackson, Mississippi, if that were the case either, because that's not where the votes are.
I think after 2016, there was a much bigger push for it.
When I ran President Obama's campaign, we would never go to a small state if there was no electoral college. You'd go to the major media markets. You would not go to Iowa, you wouldn't go to Montana, you wouldn't go to New Hampshire.
Pretty withering criticism. Here's the thing. So Senator Warren, in Warren's world, would let California and New York bully and dictate policies. Those are states that people are leaving in droves.
That's exactly what we want to avoid. I mean, I think what's amazing is that, after Hillary Clinton lost, in part because she avoided those flyover states, their Democrats are really saying, okay, even more so now, we don't think that rural states, that, flyover states really matter. And I think it's important that the president really made an interesting point when he tweeted today that, politics should be a marathon where you're going state by state and winning every vote rather than just a sprint to those big states and big urban cities. We are more than just the coast. We are more than just urban centers. We are all Americans, and I think any person who wants the highest office should be appealing to every voter.
And mathematically, economists point out, your individual vote is more powerful in an electoral college system versus a mobocracy popular voting system, Patrice. That's the key. Patrice Lee Onwuka, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Liz.
Keeping a close eye